Good morning, this is Father Thomas from Holy Planting Time again at St. Joseph. I haven't made a video in a while, and I know everybody's been chomping at the bit for another one. So you remember, of course, back in April, we planted some potatoes, and now it's time to dig the potatoes. You can see what happened to them. The plant grew up nice and big, and it blossomed a little purple flower. That's died, and now the vines are dying back. And the potatoes are already poking a little bit out of the ground, and we have a little rabbit that's also helping to dig them out, not because he's eating them, but because he wants to keep cool in the dirt. I don't mind that, but they've been eating other things, so that I mind. But they don't do much damage. So it's very simple when you want to dig up your potatoes. Usually, like I say, you wait till this has died back, but they're popping through already, and I don't want them to get ruined. So I'm just taking my pitchfork, and you very carefully just go to the edge of your bed or the plant, wherever you have it, and you'll dig down, put your fork all the way into the ground, and then you'll pop out the potato plant. You always have to be careful. You see how I pierced one? That's okay, that happens with the fork, but that's still edible. I won't worry about that. You'll wash it off, it's no problem. But you can see, that's one of our potatoes. So we pull out some more. We pull out the plant, and you can see how they hang on by the little roots. Now these were Yukon Golds, as I said. There's just a couple of small ones, but here are some bigger ones. So you can keep digging, and you find all the little potatoes. This is just from one plant, keep in mind. Okay, so you dig around, you find more. This is just one plant, and we have, well, I'll count them up for you in a minute. But it's very simple, very fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a dozen potatoes in here. So that's good for a meal, right? And if you wanted to keep them all in the ground, you could do that. And every day or two, when you want potatoes, you can come out and dig them. Or you can dig them all at once and just keep them in storage. But it's a great fun project. Potatoes are great. I just washed them, and I'll cook them just in the microwave. I wrap them in a wet paper towel, and I cook them for 1 minute. And then I slice them up and just slather butter all over them. And butter makes everything taste good, and of course potatoes are delicious as well. So this is good for one meal. And I'm going to dig up another to show you. As I say, they're popping through the ground already. There we go. That's a nice batch. So you get an idea how many can you shake off the soil. You see that? See how many potatoes are there? The smaller ones, they call those seed potatoes. So you could use those if they last for next year planting, or you could actually, it's early enough now to plant another crop of potatoes, but I don't suggest planting them in the same plot. You always rotate your crops, because different crops require different things, and they take a lot from the ground, and you have to have a different kind of mulch and fertilizers and things like that to keep them going. So, and you keep rotating crops, otherwise you get disease in the same area. Diversity in the garden is very, very important. So we have some more potatoes digging. Like that. I know a lot of people, a lot of parishioners did plant some potatoes this year because they saw the video in April. And so your potatoes should also be coming to fruition. Time to dig them up if they look like this. Otherwise you can wait till they go all the way down, or they die all the way back. And have the kids do it. If you have some kids or grandkids around, this is fun for them. They love to do that. They can't believe that you can do it. I think I told you the story. In my old parish I planted potatoes, and there was like an 8-year-old boy, and he wanted to know what I was doing. I showed him how to plant them and what was going to happen. And at the end of the moment of planting them, he was amazed. He said, "Wow, Father Thomas, I didn't know you could grow potatoes on Long Island." So that's from the mouth of a babe. We have to teach our kids what Long Island's history was all about. and we know that potatoes were a big crop, of course, out here. So do something good. God is gracious. God is good for us in the garden. He helps us to have sustenance and good things. I know that the world right now is going through some turmoil in our own country, and it's time to calm down a little bit. Yes, if we do need some change, we need some change, but it has to be constructive change. It has to be change for the better for everybody, and we have to rely on the grace of God to guide us in all of that. The world has too quickly, or maybe it's not quickly, maybe it's been over a course of many years, the world has forgotten God and forgotten goodness and holiness, and that we're supposed to treat one another with respect and equality and holiness. We're all created in the image and likeness of God, and we should be building things together. We should be working together. Everybody needs something. We need food, we need sustenance, and everybody should have the basic necessities. Nobody should be struggling so hard that they lose hope and that they turn to wicked ways. So let us remember that God gives us the things we need. We don't need a lot to be happy. That's one of the things the pandemic has taught us, or it's at least taught me. We don't need so many toys all the time. We don't need fancy cars. Those are nice things to have, but if we just have the basic necessities, it's very important, and everybody needs those. So today, if you have your potatoes planted like you did in April, it's time to dig them up. Have them, make a meal. Oh, remember, when we were kids, we used to take potatoes. If many of you are having a fire pit out in the backyard, you would wrap them in foil and put them in the fire. We used to call those Mickeys. And then you would take them out of the fire and hot potato you would throw around the crowd. But you have to pierce them before you wrap them, remember, because if you don't pierce them, they blow up. And that's very bad. The hot potato all over you, it's scorching. But that was a good thing to do also when we were children, and some things we can get back to, you know. Kids would probably find that amazing, you know. You have a potato in a foil, and you put it in the fire at nighttime, and you take it out and enjoy it as a beautiful snack. A lot better than sugar before they go to bed. So God bless you all. Have fun. Enjoy God's creation. Remember, He did this all for us, and we just have to take care of it. We have to take care of one another, and let us do so with love and respect. The great commandment of Christ is love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. May God bless you this day and always. Amen.